Hi, Tom. How are the pictures coming?
Fine.
Good, good. Joan, have you handed out those questionnaires in your class?
Yes, I have all the responses back now, and the next step is to codify them. Do you have the data sheets?
Yes, I have the data sheets in my office, so it's a very simple procedure to record the results. Now, I'll see you all later.
Bye now.
Bye now.
You are on campus at Grand Valley State College, one of Michigan's state-supported colleges, located 12 miles west of Grand Rapids on an 876-acre campus in rural Ottawa County. Grand Valley is different from most other state colleges because it emphasizes the undergraduate student and his individual needs. The student body is divided among separate collegiate societies, small units where each student can find his own home. This is the Great Lakes Society, housed in 3 academic buildings and its own student center. Grand Valley's curriculum is based on studies in the humanities, social studies, and sciences, leading to the BA or BS degree, with special courses leading to teacher certification. Other programs are in business administration, medical technology, and engineering. A large variety of courses is offered, with many opportunities for specialization.
An area to deny equal representation. They had merely destroyed its integrity. And in this case, the court argued that to district in this manner was in fact a denial, and ordered the board to redistrict and leave the Negro district as an integral unit. But again, they had refused to state categorically their position on whether every man's vote should have an equal weight. In 1962, the landmark...
Classes include lectures, discussion groups or laboratories, and tutorials. Grand Valley is lucky to have energetic men and women from all over the country who have joined its faculty, eager to try new and better ways to quality education. Professor Carley, lecturing to a freshman political science class, is typical of the faculty. His interest in his subject gets across to his students. Discussion sections give smaller groups of students the chance to talk about lecture material or outside reading with professor and class. Grand Valley's president, Dr. James Zumberg, a renowned geologist, is a teacher and scholar who takes time from his duties as president to conduct occasional classes in his special field. As in all discussions, true learning is encouraged by the interactions of teacher and students.
How would you measure the thickness of an ice cap, such as in the Antarctic or Greenland?
Geophysicists employ a very simple principle, but it's quite difficult to carry this principle out in practice because it involves very technical equipment and rather difficult conditions of working. But the principle is to measure the velocity of sound as it passes through ice, and then setting off a charge in the surface of the glacier, you dig a little hole in the ice and...
Grand Valley's new science hall contains the latest scientific equipment for undergraduate study. Independent research is a part of every science major's program, and special project labs are set aside for his use. Laboratory sections for all science courses are conducted by faculty members, not graduate assistants. Professor Stein uses a physiograph for research on physical responses to various stimuli. Geology or biology students who want to study the Great Lakes use the research vessel Angus, which cruises Lake Michigan during the summers. Classes aboard the Angus learn how to use sampling equipment, as well as to analyze results back in the lab. Students in social psychology recently conducted a self-concept and academic achievement test among local high school students. Kathy Ellis and Dennis Potter meet with Professor Flanders for their tutorial, a teaching situation that is basic to Grand Valley's instructional program.
In my case, myself, because I administered the test and I have known them for a year now.
I don't think this is going to make a lot of difference. Denny, your group is from the same school.
Yeah.
And we should have a fairly well-selected sample here to compare, well, from what we call the culturally deprived area here, to compare with the other area that the test was originally administered to, which is not a culturally deprived area.
Tutorials are regularly scheduled in many courses and give students time in which to question their professor and evaluate their work. Much of a student's time is spent in study and research outside the classroom. To help with independent study, Grand Valley offers its students an advanced information retrieval system and individual study booths or carrels in which to use the resources of the audio-video collection. They can dial tapes of lectures or supplemental material or tune in on a movie or videotape. Some students produce tapes as their term papers, using Grand Valley's television studio for their workshop. In spite of the use of electronic aids to learning, books will never go out of style. The library is designed for easy use by students. Stacks are open, and a reference librarian is always on duty to help with research problems. Another situation in which learning takes place is an informal one, unique to Grand Valley. Distinguished campus visitors meet with interested students and faculty in the conversation pit of the student lounge. The casual setting promotes give and take between speaker and audience, and an exchange of ideas valuable to both takes place. The personal touch is typical of Grand Valley, with its emphasis on the individual. A student who needs help in meeting college expenses will find that the financial aid program will package for him the combination of scholarship, loan, grant, or employment that best suits his situation. Grand Valley's program is challenging. The student who earns a degree here will receive a truly liberal education, the education appropriate to a free man in a changing world. Security in the future belongs only to those who can change as the world changes. A liberal education gives the knowledge and develops the abilities needed for a productive life that will never be automated out of its usefulness.
Pat was watching Big Fellow. This was a big job. Could Big Fellow move the great stones and the sand? Could he do this big
Many
job?
of Grand Valley students intend to become teachers in elementary or high school. They serve one term in their junior year as teachers' aides in public schools in the area, and another in their senior year as student teachers. Arlene Kinderman is a teacher's aide in the Allendale first grade. She spends half days with an experienced teacher, helping with classwork while she learns by doing. Next year, she will have full responsibility for a class. At Grand Valley, she is learning about what to teach, the subject matter, whom to teach, the child or adolescent, and how to teach, the methods of inspiring a pupil to learn. Teaching is just one of many careers open to a Grand Valley graduate. Businesses, government agencies, and educational institutions are all looking for the liberal arts graduate. If he decides on further study, he will be well prepared to go into graduate work at a university or to a professional school. A part of Grand Valley's co-curricular program is a week devoted to the fine arts, featuring art exhibits, concerts, films, and drama. Other activities include performances by the band and choir, informal sessions by other musicians, productions by the Dramatic Club, and a winter carnival week in February with snow sculpture competition and athletic contests. Sports at Grand Valley include intercollegiate competition and an athletic program designed to encourage each student's participation in individual sports, such as skiing, boating, archery, golf, and tennis, from which he can find enjoyment long after his college days are over. Co-ed residence halls house students who want to live on campus. These dorms curve along the edge of one of Grand Valley's scenic ravines and are a short walk from the dining commons and academic buildings. Grand Valley is still growing, but no matter how large it grows, its program will continue to meet the needs of the individual student. One thing will always remain Grand Valley's first concern: the importance of the educated citizen in this 20th century world.